Backstage at SmackDown, tensions were running higher than ever, and WWE was on the brink of chaos. In a surprising move, Triple H, the mastermind behind WWE's creative and operational empire, secretly called a meeting with two of the company's biggest stars, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Both men, former allies turned rivals, were at a crossroads, their personal battles threatening to overshadow the greater mission of protecting WWE from Paul Heyman's dominant faction. What unfolded in that private meeting could change the course of WWE forever. With authority, strategy, and a clear vision, Triple H challenged Roman and Seth to set aside their differences and unite, hinting at a game-changing alliance that fans have been waiting for. The stakes are monumental, and the WWE Universe is about to witness history in the making. The tension between Roman and Seth Roman Reigns, once the unchallenged tribal chief, and Seth Rollins, the visionary betrayed by his own faction, had decades of personal history and grievances. Their rivalry had spanned years, marked by betrayals, title clashes, and conflicting ambitions. Entering Triple H's office, the tension was palpable. Both men were wary, knowing that any wrong word could reignite old conflicts. Yet the stakes were higher than personal pride. WWE itself was under threat from a growing faction that could disrupt storylines, weaken fan engagement, and destabilize championships. The backdrop of their meeting wasn't just backstage. It symbolized a crossroads in WWE's narrative. Fans rarely see such raw tension and stakes backstage, making this moment historically significant. A rare glimpse into the decisions that shape the wrestling universe. Paul Heyman's empire. At the heart of this crisis was Paul Heyman, whose faction had evolved into an unstoppable force. With Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker under his command, his power threatened the balance of WWE. Storylines were being hijacked, and even the most dominant champions felt the pressure. Triple H recognized that Heyman's growing influence could alter not just television ratings, but the very culture of WWE, turning scripted narratives into chaotic unpredictability. The Empire's dominance wasn't just physical, it was psychological, creating fear among wrestlers and uncertainty among fans. Roman and Seth had to understand the magnitude of the challenge before them, realizing that defeating Heyman required more than individual talent. It required unity and strategy. The secret meeting Triple H orchestrated the meeting with precision. Hidden cameras and careful arrangements ensured privacy and focus. Sitting behind his desk, he addressed Roman and Seth with authority, emphasizing the threat to WWE rather than their personal history. His approach was calm but pointed, underscoring that the company's survival was the priority. He laid out the choice clearly: continue fighting past rivalries or set aside grievances to unite against a common enemy. This meeting was a rare combination of mentorship and command, showing the wrestling world that sometimes the biggest moves happen off-screen. The scene demonstrated the balance of power, respect, and urgency that makes WWE's behind-the-scenes decision-making as compelling as its in-ring action. The proposal, rebuilding the Shield. Triple H's directive was bold. He wanted the real Shield back together. This was more than a reunion. It was a strategic alliance designed to restore order and combat Heyman's empire. By suggesting Roman and Seth unite, he signaled trust and acknowledged their individual strengths. Mentioning the Shield specifically hinted at a broader plan, likely involving Jon Moxley, completing the iconic trio. This proposal carried layers of storytelling potential, combining nostalgia, in-ring dominance, and high-stakes drama. For fans, the idea of a Shield reunion reignites excitement and anticipation. For Roman and Seth, It represented a chance to reclaim legacy, overcome betrayal, and become saviors of the company. Triple H's vision elevated the storyline from personal conflict to company-wide strategy. Unity over rivalry. The essence of Triple H's meeting was unity. Roman and Seth's agreement to put aside differences exemplified maturity, foresight, and the realization that survival required collaboration. This moment was more than tactical. It was symbolic. Wrestling is not just about physical prowess, but about timing, strategy, and understanding one's role within larger narratives. Their willingness to cooperate showed character growth, acknowledging that past conflicts, while significant, could be set aside for the greater good. In human terms, this is about trust, respect, and shared responsibility, a lesson that resonates beyond the ring. Fans witnessing this dynamic feel the tension, relief, and excitement simultaneously, making the eventual in-ring outcomes richer and more meaningful. Setting the stage for action. With the Shield reunited in purpose, WWE's storylines reached a turning point. The decision in Triple H's office set the foundation for future episodes of SmackDown, Raw, and major pay-per-views. The anticipation now shifts from backstage drama to in-ring execution. Fans expect strategic moves, unexpected alliances, and thrilling confrontations. Heyman's faction remains a formidable threat, and the Shield's preparation signals that every match will carry heightened stakes. Behind-the-scenes planning, communication, and narrative foresight culminate in a storyline that feels both organic and epic. The groundwork laid in this secret meeting ensures that upcoming WWE episodes will have layered drama, rich storytelling, and high-impact wrestling action, blending reality and performance seamlessly. The legacy of leadership. Triple H's involvement demonstrates the influence leadership can have in shaping WWE's narrative. By mediating, strategizing, and directing the biggest stars, he ensures that the company maintains integrity, excitement, and continuity. His decision reflects both respect for history and a focus on the future. WWE thrives on storytelling, character arcs, and dramatic tension, and the right intervention can transform chaos into opportunity. This meeting exemplifies how leadership, foresight, and calculated risks drive the company forward. It also reminds fans that behind the spectacle of wrestling are critical decisions made to protect talent, enhance storylines, and maintain the emotional investment of millions of viewers worldwide. Implications for WWE and fans. The outcomes of this secret summit are profound. For WWE, it establishes a framework for confronting major threats while keeping top stars engaged and storylines compelling. For fans, it creates anticipation, excitement, and speculation. Social media buzzes with theories about the Shield's first moves, match outcomes, and Heyman's counter-strategies. The decision to unite Roman and Seth underlines that wrestling is a blend of athleticism, strategy, and narrative design. By sharing a glimpse of backstage machinations, WWE strengthens the emotional bond between performers and fans, illustrating that what happens behind the scenes can be as dramatic as what unfolds in the ring. The future storylines promise unforgettable moments that honor legacy, elevate competition, and captivate audiences worldwide. Conclusion. Triple H's secret meeting with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins represents a masterclass in leadership, storytelling, and strategic foresight. By orchestrating the potential Shield reunion, he turned individual rivalries into a unified mission, elevating both character arcs and company narratives. This backstage decision transforms WWE, positioning its top stars as protectors of the company, while setting the stage for thrilling in-ring action. The balance between history, personal growth, And strategic foresight adds depth to the wrestling world, making fans invested in every development. WWE is no longer just a show of physical skill. It's a story of unity, leadership, and resilience. The Backstage Summit proves that the biggest battles are sometimes won before the first bell rings.